What did I click? Oh, okay, never mind. I'm just wait. Let me test if I can hear myself. Okay, I can hear myself. So. Yes, this is a sudden live. Because I'm actually just testing my new mic, and well, obviously, there's only a small improvement, but once I'll have a laptop or PC, at least I got a clear mic now. Yeah. So, let's, try to continue. We're Amanda. I remember we're Amanda. We're Amanda. Okay, I think you can hear my seat creaking. Okay, you open your eyes. The bed isn't warm. The room is filled with artificial light from the ceiling. The solid. Is that supposed to be solid? Solid metal door is closed. Normally you'd stretch for a bit. On some mornings, you'd probably throw the quilt over yourself and snooze a moment longer. But that was before. The way you woke up now, you're fully conscious. No grogginess. Nothing weighing you down. Just a nagging need in the back of your head. Hunger. Not as severe as the last time, but unmistakably there. You get up and open the door to the main room. A digital clock on the TV shows you the time, 9:04 p.m. You walk over to the blinds and retract them cautiously. The only light coming in is NYC's artificial nighttime luminescence. So that's what your waking hours are going to look like now. You miss the sunlight already. You're seriously considering just walking out of the apartment and figuring this out all by yourself, but excuse me, I'm going to burp. But then you come back to the memory of Kadir's exotic sword being raised in the gallery. Exotic sword. Maybe sticking around isn't that bad of an idea after all. You keep jumping channels for around half an hour and then switch to streaming services, almost as if the universe had a sense of irony. You catch True Blood in the flood of recommendations. Ouch. The doorbell rings. It's Sophie. Hello? Bonjour. Oh no, it's not bonjour, but how do you say good evening again? I can't remember bonjour. Good evening, Amanda. Slept well? Like a baby, like a dead man. It's not exactly sleep, right? Well, I slept like a baby. Or like a baby. What a delightful choice of words. So appropriate. A newborn, kindred, lost and confused in the night. You made the right choice yesterday. I can teach you many things about yourself, your blood, its desire and its power. We will begin tonight. You're hungry, yes? I'm sure you are. Our kind always is. There's only one remedy, the blood. The drinks we had yesterday at Elysium are not the usual way you slake your thirst. So tonight, I will assist you in your first foray into hunting. You need to learn to sense the kind of blood you desire, to understand how you can use the kinds vulnerabilities to your advantage. I'm ready to learn. No more freebies. Predator and prey, huh? Grim. No more freebies? No, I'm ready. Well, I'm ready to learn. Let's get started. Such eagerness, or is it just your hunger making you impatient? You'll find that drinking moderate amounts of it regularly will keep the hunger and the whisper of the beast away. You might think yourself monstrous, but there's a balance to be found here. The kiss. The kiss? What's the kiss? The act of transforming. Let's embrace the kiss. The act of drinking blood, usually from a mortal. The kiss causes feelings of ecstasy in those who receive it. Oh, okay. Very sexy use of words like sucking. The kiss gives the kid pleasure. You might remember this from your own embrace. Some can even become addicted to the sensation. But if you do it right, they tend to misremember your feeding. Lance, we're going to hunt. That's what they call it, kiss. Why do they kiss? Vampires will kiss humans. After all, vampires do not exist. They are myths, fairy tales, and pop culture mainstays, correct? She gives you a sly, knowing smile. That is why the masquerade is so important, and even more crucial when you feed. How do you avoid being seen? How do you cover your tracks? How do you select a victim? Yeah, how do you cover your tracks? It's an important question. Biting people leaves marks, right? And the victims remember your face. You shouldn't concern yourself with leaving marks. These are easy to conceal. You just need to bite carefully and then lick the punctures close. That's all there is to it. As for being remembered, like I mentioned, the kiss is an ecstatic experience, so kid can barely recall the details. I don't know if you read it as kind or keen. Maybe it's kind. Okay, I'll just say kind. So kind can barely recall the details, and you may hear a notification from Teams. I'm like half working, half playing. Half working, half playing. Blah. And even when they do, this city is enormous. You could spend days on the streets and not see the same face twice. Use that to your advantage. Feeding from the same area repeatedly can be dangerous, but by branching out, you risk the ire of other kindred on whose domains you trespass. Lucky for you, NYC is more forgiving in this regard. New York is in somewhat of a unique position. Many of its neighborhoods remain contested or unclaimed. The reason for this is a lesson for another time, but keep the following in mind. Wait, let me lower the ambience. Okay, we can leave that high. Okay, let's do it. Let's continue. Take opportunities to feed when they present themselves these upcoming nights. As long as you can hunt cautiously and respect the masquerade at all times, you should be fine. To wit, I want you to join me for a trip tonight. Come downstairs. Gregory is waiting for us. Beep. Busy streets fills the air with traffic noise, pedestrian chatter, and a mix of smells that disorient you momentarily. These warm bodies contain what you want, what you need. You catch yourself. Did you really just think of these people as mere sources of blood? Duh. It takes a nudge from Sophie to break your train of thought. Her driver opens the door for her and then tips his hat to you. Milady, gesturing to the back of the car. The car casually joins the somewhat thin New York traffic. What was that? It's still busy in a way only one of the biggest cities in the world can be, but compared to the daytime commute, it's a pleasant drive. You barely have the time to gather your thoughts and formulate new questions before the car comes to a stop. You're among the tall skyscrapers that make up Manhattan's iconic skyline. Come, Amanda, park the car. Gregory, will you? I forgot my voice for her. Oh wow. Vroom. Bye. Bye, Gregory. The driver nods and Sophie gets out. You join her and the two of you walk through the go doors together. Excuse me. Oh, fool. Then take the elevator up. You first notice an empty stage with instruments of a string quartet still in the back, then taking a few dozen chairs in front of it. The concert seeming concluded. The patrons, all smartly dressed and posh, have spread out all over the hall. Oh my god, we're gonna suck at hunting motor. Sophie strides confidently inside, produces an invitation from her purse that she flashes in front of a security guard. You follow close and are let through without issue. Let's start easy. I mean, let's give Sophie a English accent, if I can. Let's start easy. A social setting like this one would usually prove quite challenging to an experienced kindred, but consider this evening a small gift from your patron. I'm hoping to procure you for a willing vessel. Just remember what I told you about taking small sips. This one I have a soft spot for. Don't damage her. Now let's see here. Ah, there he is. Why? Why do I need boy? I can also kiss girls. She notices somebody in the crowd, flashes a heart-melting smile, and suddenly even you feel drawn to her. You haven't thought about it before, but it's laid clear before you in this moment. Sophie is beautiful. Of course she is. Just looking at her is a privilege. Just being with her makes you feel elated. Everybody in the crowd, but especially the man who's almost tripping over himself to reach her, clearly agrees. Edgar, I'm so happy to see you. How's your daughter? Is she with you? Oh, there she is. Julie, my girl, come over, please. There is somebody I'd like you to meet. Oh, the young woman who walks across the hall can't be more than 19 years old. It's clear from her mismatched earrings and the partially faded purple hair dye. Oh, we got a goth here. That she doesn't fit this crowd. Goth with and nothing. Got a goth in the museum. Julie, this is Amanda. I think the two of you should get acquainted while I talk business with your dad. Awfully boring stuff, I assure you. I'm positive you'll like each other. Oh, I thought I won't be touching her, so I guess I'll be doing this to Julie. I'm not sure. The girl gives you a shy smile and nods towards the balcony stairs. You follow, somewhat unsure what is exactly Sophie expects you to do. You reach a secluded space from which the entire lobby is visible. All eyes are on Sophie. They listen intensely, then laugh when she does. Julie saves you the trouble of figuring out the next step. Oh, there she is. That's your Julie. Almost Wednesday. If what voice will I give her? If you're with Sophie, then I guess you're I mean that you know. She puts her wrist to her lips and gives herself a theatrical nip. Then looks to you, embarrassed but also hopeful. Wait, she knows? She knows? I think she knows we're vampires. So Julie is like a... what you call that? Suck. um, yeah, I do. I don't know what you're talking about. What? You're into that sort of thing? Okay, let's do that. What? Are you into that sort of thing? She blushes, looks down at the floor, nods. Could you, I mean, if you'd like, Miss Langley tells me She swallows hard, avoids your eyes. That I taste nice. Wow! Oh wow, you're offering. Um, Wait, let me read again. What did Sophie say? Ah, okay, I can sip her, but not too much. Alright, let's drink. Bon appetit! Otadakimasu! You take her forearm in your hands. A quick look around confirms nobody's watching, and no security cameras cover this area. You bite down gently. It's real. She's just given you her blood of her own volition. How is this possible? What about the masquerade? You need to ask Sophie. You tear away from her. A brief convulsion shakes you. Her smell. It's her smell. It's not right. The temporary feeling of bliss the girl felt when you bit her is gone in an instant. She's disappointed, annoyed even. She looks at you, unsure of what's the matter. What? She must feel... She must be like, want to moan, but oh, you didn't finish. Come back, please. Just have some more. Just a little bit more. What? What? Don't tempt me. I don't like your smell, is what my character is saying. The very thought makes you want to throw up. What little of her blood you've tasted. You shake your head. The girl sniffs, starts crying, wipes her face into her jacket sleeve, and walks down the stairs and into the hall. The crowd around Sophie disperses slowly. Looking at her now, only some residuals awe hangs in the air. Yes, she's pretty, maybe even beautiful, sure, but not your type. What came over you before? You walk over to her. She way lami daw Lance, what siya lami. It doesn't taste good. Edgar dear, it was splendid talking. Yeah, it was splendid talking to you, but we need to get going. Give Julie my best wishes. Come with me, Amanda. Gregory is waiting for you out front. It's only in the car that Sophie addresses you. So, how did it go? Why would I lie? I have to be honest, cause I'm a noob. I'm a vampire noob. There. I tried, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't stand the smell or the taste. Curious. I consider Julie's blood to have one of the most exquisite and unique bouquets in the city. And trust me, I have refined taste. Well, I'm just choosy. Dili mo age range. Sapa din. No. Maybe I don't like young girls. Young people. I like older, maybe. She almost sounds like she's offended. Sorry, I have different taste. Oh well, if at first you don't succeed, perhaps you need a change of pace. Time for the next stop. Training wheels off this time. Gregory, Flushing Meadows, please. Can I suck Sophie instead? Vampire to vampire. I don't think it's yummy. I mean, even for me, I don't think that's yummy. The driver takes the car over the Williamsburg Bridge. She settled her thoughts. What did you do to the people back there? What's that about training wheels? Why Flushing Meadows? Flushing Meadows. Is that some kind of park? Training. Let's ask. Those people back at the hall. They were all entranced. Even I was under your spell. What was that? She smiles with satisfaction. Oh, oh, that old trick. That old trick. Just the blood doing my bidding. We all have our talents. Some of them come from the legacy we inherit from our sire. Others can be learned with experience. I can sway people or make them fear me. I see more of the world and in greater detail than some kindred. I can will my body to move with unparalleled precision and grace and more. All of these skills make me who I am. They also help me hunt. What are my powers? How do I use my powers? Do I need powers to hunt? Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what are my talents? Time will tell. You need to discover them yourself. When we arrive, experiment. Give different things a try. Follow your instinct and intuition. It will guide the blood. The blood. Blah, blah, blah. Mommy eyes, yeah, looking at you. Looking the MILF, looking at you. And pila na rin siya ka years old glance. Doesn't matter. Still pretty. Always keep the masquerade in mind, however. It is all fine if you can disappear in plain sight or command animals with your mind, but save those overt talents for the right place and time. Okay, I'm right. It's a park. It only takes you half an hour to reach the park at the park at this time of night. Both you and Sophie leave the car with Gregory left behind again to find a parking spot and keep an eye on the car. Fine wine, yeah. Aged like fine wine. Sophie seems deep in thought. She takes in the surroundings with a dreamy gaze. The sky is surprisingly clear tonight. The stars just barely visible in the light polluted aura of the city. I feel like having a snack myself. I'll be by the fountain. Go. Look for somebody to your liking. See what effects you can achieve with your blood. But only pick one victim. Just one. Then come back. Seeing how she seems not altogether here right now, you decide to leave Sophie to her own devices and seek out your prey. From here, it looks like you have a few choices. Just taking a stroll around the park and finding an isolated jogger where someone like them could work, but focusing in one area might work better. A New York State Pavilion might work as a secluded spot. There's a skate park nearby, and worst case scenario, there's bound to be some unfortunate wino around. Or maybe the tennis courts nearby. There's light coming from there, so somebody might still be playing a late night match. They won't be alone, but they might be tired and let their guard down. As these scenarios play out in your mind, you realize you're planning how to assault a stranger in the middle of the night. It's a weird way to be, but the now familiar hunger prompts you to act. Okay. We either search a victim around the park, we hunt near the pavilion, or look for a prey at the tennis court. Take a walk, but don't feed. We're hungry. We gotta eat. I'm tempted with the tennis court, cause you know, tennis outfits joke. Pavilion, or the one jogging. I don't like sweaty mortals. But then again, the tennis court also has a sweaty mortal. Let's go to the tennis court. Tennis court. You decide the tennis court are as a good place as any, and make your way to the bright glow of the lamps illuminating the area. Yes, you guessed, a pair of players, 2 men. No. No. Ah! No. Whatever, we have to eat. 2 men, fit but older, maybe pushing 60. Oh, they're so old. Okay. Oh, that's fine then. They're very old. I was expecting 2 women or 1 girl, 1 woman, 1 male. Diba, Ming? My cat is in front. Agoy, ibalhin ang iring. Ali. 2 men, fit but older, maybe pushing 60, are finishing up a match. They are the only ones there. It's time to make a move. Barge into the showers. Presents, lure a player away. I think we should... Wait. Ming! Oh my god. My cat. Can you hear the purr? Purr, purr, the purr. Ganun ka, purr. Madungog ang purr. Diyan ka. Louse at the shower? Or we palayo someone. I think a clean food. Okay, fine. I will follow on sa imong ganahan, Lance. Okay, let's go to the showers. Let's see naked old men. Oh my god. You wait for the right moment to strike. The 2 men grab their things and hit the showers. You sneak behind them as they each take a separate cabin. You quickly open one of them and lunge blindly. The white-haired, bearded man doesn't even have a chance to react as your fangs sink into him. The scalding hot water keeps flowing onto both of you, but you're preoccupied with his hot blood. It flows fast and feels energizing to you. You'd never expect an invigorating taste like this from a guy who's at least your father's age. Ugh. You get the feeling that this tennis buddy will soon realize something's wrong, so you get out of there fast, letting the naked man fall to the floor of the shower cabin. Soaked but sated, you emerge from the showers and leave the courts. As you are about to walk back to Sophie, a figure emerges from the shadows and stops you in the tracks. A hooded man is looking menacingly at you. Jojo. It's menacing. Whoa! What do you think you're doing? Barging on my turf like this? Lick. You hoodlum. What kind of slur is that? What's a lick? Lick, a derogatory term usually used to address young and inexperienced vampires. Wow, a slur for noob vampires. You lick? Piss off or else. Didn't mean to trespass. I'm gone. Okay, let's be good. Let's behave. I didn't mean to trespass. Sorry, I'm going. Too late for that, friendo. You want to leave here in one piece? You talk. Candidly, I know what you are, so you can shove that masquerade misdirection up your ass. You better tell me who you with before my pose shows up and beat it out of you. I'm with the Camarilla. I'm here with Sophie Langley. Big talk coming from a chump. I'm going to protect. I will protect Sophie. Just kidding. Okay, let's be strong. Show off. You talk big, but I'm thinking you're just a chump. Wanna prove me wrong? He tenses up. He tenses up, gives you an extremely nasty look, and bares his fangs. I bet he's doing that. Do you want to push your luck, dumb fuck? My crew is in earshot, one shot away, and you're D-O-N-E. stud. You get what I'm saying? So if you wanna dance, let's dance. Once I'm through, I'ma hand you over to Callahan, and you're gonna be sorry I didn't finish you off instead. Dominate, force him to back down, call for help, attack him. Dominate? Is that some kind of power I have? I'll be whoa, let's be dominant. Let's dominate. Enough's enough. You won't be intimidated by this asshole. Leave now. His countenance changes. A cruel beast one moment, a humbled pup the next. Whoa! He walks away just like that. How did you do it? Not wishing to tempt fate any further, you return to the Unisphere, looking back over your shoulder to make sure you're not being followed. Two figures are visible near the sculpture, a man and a woman, tangled in a passionate embrace. No, not exactly. It's Sophie. Feeding, but this whole scene is set up, and it looks like a couple going intimate in public. She pulls it off like she's done it 100 times before. Kurog Hadlok ni Itoy he became a pup. It occurs to you that she probably has. The man is unsure on his feet as she lets go of him and leads him towards a nearby bench. Noticing you, she whispers something into his ear and leaves him. Her driver appears from behind a tree. Well, Amanda, how did it go? You're about to answer when the same figure as before emerges from one of the alleys. He looks at the three of you, and a predatory smile creeps onto his lips. You again! Damn, leave us alone. Sumbong mama. Tara, I love beer. And Mike. You screw dumb fuck. You think you can mess with my head and get away with it? Think you'll be safe with your friends? Well, I have friends too. He makes a motion to shout, but two things happen almost at the same time. First, that feeling of warmth and beauty emanating from Sophie flares up again, entrancing both you and the hooded thug. His shout comes out as a weak, confused squeak. I bet he said that. Second, Gregory produces a wooden stake from a holster under his jacket and slams it into the thug's chest. Whoa, go Gregory! Wow! And just like that, in a few seconds, the posturing vampire is down on the ground, paralyzed. I see you've made a friend, Amanda. Curious choice of company, I would say. Who is he? He mentioned a Callahan. Yeah, he said something about presenting me to somebody named Callahan. Ever heard of him? She looks shocked for a split second, then recovers her regular countenance. Yes, I have. This hoodlum is Anarch, then? Curious. Corona Park has not been claimed by any kindred last I checked. Let's go to the car. We'll put him in a trunk and present him to Kadir tomorrow night. I'm sure he'll be delighted to make this unbound acquaintance. Gregory carries the staked vampire and dumped him in the car trunk like a mannequin. It's a strange sight, and you're quite happy you're not in that poor fucker's shoes right now. It's almost surprising that you can get away with just casually throwing a stiff into your car and driving away, but then you remember that Sophie has been doing this far longer than you have. Still, the nagging thought that anything you did tonight could have been recorded on a CCTV camera, or picked up by a rando with a half-decent smartphone and streamed online fills you with dread. I don't know how to read. The hell. Hunting and using your abilities is a dangerous business. It's clear that this whole being a vampire thing has about as many caveats as it has perks. You're taken out of your headspace by Sophie's voice. I'll pick you up tomorrow night, same as tonight. I have some business to attend to at Elysium, and I expect you to accompany me. Plus, our friend in the back needs to be properly introduced to Kadir and the prince. I'm sure he'll have some interesting things to say to the court. Her voice is cold, cruel, and nothing like the enchanting personality she showed at the gallery earlier tonight. Sophie is clearly a woman of many faces, and a beautiful face on that. What's going to happen, man? What's going to happen? Good riddance. The guy's an asshole. I did the same thing in his place. Um. Uh. Yeah, it was an asshole. But then again, I was in his territory. Let's ask what will happen. Will they kill him or interrogate? What's going to happen to him? The usual, I imagine. Interrogation by Kadir, probably in the basement of the gallery. A quick trial with the prince in attendance if she's there tomorrow night. A swift execution as the verdict. This all sounds eerily familiar to you, and you can't help but feel a pang of guilt when you think about what awaits this guy tomorrow night. Don't be guilty. You haven't told me how your hunting went. Getting the hang of it, I would hope. It'll take some getting used to. I'll need to get used to this. Doesn't come naturally. It will with time. You need to think about it less. Hunting is the one scenario in which you'll do well to trust your instincts, in moderation, of course. She seems distracted, not all there. Her thoughts drift and the car remains silent until you reach your apartment. We will pick you up tomorrow evening. Good night. And just like that, without any further courtesy, just Sophie leaves, driven to her apartment by Gregory, with a body in the trunk right in the middle of Manhattan. Did you cross paths with situations like this in the past unknowingly? What other secrets did you pass on the streets without knowing their true nature? Your haven. And now I'm calling it as haven. Your haven is just as you left it hours ago. Although the sun won't come up for some time, you feel tired. You'll learn something about yourself today, and it'll take time to process. You're not in the mood for television, and the few books on the shelves in the apartment are either in languages you don't speak or sound like a boring read. Nothing left to do but rest. You settle in the back room, lock the door, a moment of hesitation, but then a decision. This time you turn the light off. You think back to Julie. How many people in this city know of this vampiric society? How many are willing to accomplish in sustaining it? And the thug you met in the park. If he's not Camarilla, then what is he? Are there independent vampires? How does that work? More questions. You begin wondering if there's ever going to be a night when you can start crossing them off the list instead of adding to it. You close your eyes. You sink into the now familiar void of nothingness. It greets you with open arms like an old friend. And I still don't know how to freaking save. Not this sound effect again. You open your eyes. It's pitch dark here. The blackness of a coffin drifting in the abyss. Oh, right, the light. You grasp for the switch, flip it. The familiar cramped room with a steel door and no windows comes into view. You emerge from the bedroom fully awake, just like yesterday. This time, however, Sophie is waiting for you, comfortably seated on the sofa in your living room space. A book in her hand, The Melancholy of Resistance, the title sure's on brand. Oh, you just went inside my haven, huh? Are you watching me sleep, Sophie? Good evening, Amanda. Well, good evening, Sophie. How did you get inside? Sorry to have kept you waiting. Let's be goody two shoe. Let's be goody goody. Sorry to have kept you waiting. To be fair, I haven't been here long. I was enjoying reminiscing about a time when I call this my haven. The decor was much different, of course. Come, we have an appointment. I received word Elysium will be called again tonight on account of your unruly friend from Corona Park. This should be a great opportunity for you to mingle. Mingle? But I wanna mingle with you. She keeps talking as you walk downstairs and get in the car. Gregory gives you a slight nod and small smile while opening the door for Sophie. He starts the car when you take your seat in the back. Most of the Primogen Council is bound to be there, at least those who usually attend. Probably some other important personalities you do well to at least learn about. Um, who should I talk to? How should I carry myself inside? Anyone I should talk to when I re-arrive? Not especially. My advice would be try to talk to the prince and perhaps reassure her of your gratefulness for being spared. Maybe speak to Kadir on the same topic, if you get a hold of him. it's like this is like reading practice for me. The Primogen I would advise against. They are rather stuck up, all told, and even if they will talk to you, they might try to secure you for some nefarious purpose. I wouldn't appreciate that. Of course, be respectful if anybody approaches you and strikes up a conversation. You'll no doubt be gossiped about, as will I. Keep a cool head. Some enjoy provoking fledglings into stupid acts. At any rate, you should behave yourself tonight. Remember what I told you about reflecting on me as your patron. I have a reputation to uphold in court. Do not tarnish it. There it is. She might have saved you. She might be protecting and teaching you, but it's clear what she's really concerned about. Her own interests. You step into the art hall with something of a bad memory. The last time you were here, your entire world had been turned upside down, and your existence nearly ended. But tonight, there is very little outward hostility. Yes, Kadir gives you a look that's definitely intended to remind you of your place, but the prince, also in attendance, seems pleased to see you. Welcome, Sophie, Amanda. Did I get that right? Good evening to both of you. I understand there is somebody else you wish to present to the court tonight. Yes, Prince. They will be joining us shortly. My assistant is retrieving them. Them. My assistant is retrieving them presently. This better be worse to the prince. Time, Langley. The prince gives Kadir a cold glance. Forgive the sheriff's harshness. He's in particularly foul mood tonight. Something to do with Amanda's begetter eluding his grasp, I believe. Ouch, that must have hurt his ego. Even his only replies a crooked smile. The mention of your sire makes you grit your teeth in anger. Asshole. Settling you with a curse that cut you off your career, cheated you out of your ambitions, offering little in return so far. You remind yourself that defeatism will get you nowhere. Mindfulness, the here and now. This is an opportunity. You'll make the most of it, if only to spite everyone who doubts your true worth. The flaring up of the whispers in the gallery halls breaks you out of your thoughts. Gregory enters the room, the jumpsuit-clad inert vampire still staked on his shoulder. The show's about to start. Sophie's driver places his charge in the middle of the room and nods respectfully to Kadir. The sheriff approaches the vampire and removes the stake from his chest. The captive's eyes flicker to life, and he starts looking around in disbelief, like a cornered animal. He backs out on all fours, keeps going in circles until he realizes his trap. Kadir steps on the man's chest and pins him to the floor. Why? Who do we have here? Oh fuck, oh shit, no, come on, don't. Silence. The sheriff takes on an aura of utter dread. He appears as if he's a primal force of nature. It's out to get you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do but shrivel in terror. The beast inside you shrieks, and you could swear it happens in unison with the instincts of some of the other guests here tonight. It's like anything you've experienced in his company during your turbulent first night as a vampire. He really did go easy on you, all things considered. It seems like it takes all of the hoodlums. Ouch! Ming! Willpower to not crawl into a fetal position and start crying.
No, no, please, don't hurt me, man. Don't. You and me are going to have a little talk downstairs at the prince's discretion.
Please, go ahead, my sheriff. You heard the prince. Get up, let's go. He doesn't want for a confirmation. He doesn't. Oh my god. Ugly voice acting. He doesn't wait for confirmation. He just grabs the man and drags him kicking and screaming out of the room. Conversation starts all around. Start all around you. Some whispered, some quite overt. Sophie looked somewhat bored of the whole affair, her eyes wandering from art piece to art piece, clearly finding nothing to her particular liking. Torture in an art gallery. Will Kadir manage on his own? What happens now? So what happens now? It'll be at least some minutes before Kadir gets the information he seeks out of his slug. Why not mingle while we wait for him to break? Excuse me? Sophie leaves your side and goes to a corner of the gallery where a group of kindred, some seemingly pretty old-fashioned, gathered. A concierge offers you a drink, still warm. It smells nice. Just a sip to start you off, a splash over your palate, coating your tongue and the inside of your cheeks. Nourishment. You're left to your own devices. You have a quick look around. The prince is currently talking to a dark-skinned woman. Dark-skinned woman? Do you recall seeing her those few nights ago? She has a cold but noble countenance to her. Their conversation seems to be casual. A loud, shrill laugh turns your attention to the bespectacled man who you saw with Sophie on the night of your judgment. Wow, so there are typos. He's making these rounds, chatting up different patrons. You feel somebody's eyes on you. A casually dressed, plain-looking man stands alone near a column, watching you. He turns his gaze away, sheepishly when he realizes you've noticed. Let's talk to the prince. I'll be joining her with another woman, a dark-skinned woman. You approach the prince, trying to stay as respectful of her private conversation as possible. She glances at you as you step forward, her scrutinizing gaze mimicked by her companion. She addresses the dark-skinned woman before turning to you. Excuse me, just for a moment, Samira? Yes, Amanda, what is it? I wanted to give you my thanks. I wanted to ask about Sophie. I wanted to give you my thanks. I wish to thank you for sparing me, Prince. Let's follow Sophie's orders. I wish to thank you for sparing me, Prince. I realized it wasn't an easy decision to make, and I wanted to express my sincere appreciation. How thoughtful of you. She takes a long look at you before she continues. I didn't do it from the kindness of my unbeating heart. You're an asset to Miss Langley, to the Camarilla, and to me. I believe I made the right decision. Prove to me and the other kindred of this city that it was so, and there will be more to your future nights than just survival and servitude. The dark-skinned woman looks impatiently at you and catches the prince's attention. Forgive me, that's all the time we can spare right now. We have some things to discuss with Samira still. Enjoy your night, Amanda. Same to you, Prince Panhard. Just bow and leave. Leave without comment. Let's be formal. I'll bow. You leave the two women to their conversation, which they get back to almost immediately after Prince turns to Samira. You notice Sophie mingling with other kindred, clearly in her element and not to be disturbed. Kadir hasn't come back yet, so you can probably still find time for at least one conversation. The glasses or the man looking at me? I'm sure. Let's go to that guy. Why are you looking at me, boy? There's something about this guy. It's not that he's staring at you. Most everybody in the room has at one point or another. It's how he does it. He seems shy, maybe even afraid. It's hard to find a secluded spot in the gallery tonight, but this guy has an entire corner of his room all to himself. As you approach, he's standing alone with no glass in hand, a worried look on his face. Good evening, Mr. Larson. Larson. You can call me Robert. Either's fine. So, who are you? What's your role in this court? Or you're standing here alone like this? So, do you have a role in this court, or are you just here for the company? No, that's a loaded question. I'm one of Prince Panhard's Primogem. I'm here on business. Oh shit. Primogem. I'm here on business in case the prince requires my insight. Usually it's so she can hear me out before ignoring me. Not sure if you were paying attention the other night, but when the prince mentioned diverging opinions on whether you should be executed or not, that was me. I was the diverging opinion. Oh wow, thank you. And what was your reasoning? You were honored. Not that I'm ungrateful, but out of curiosity, what was your reasoning? My reasoning? Just common sense. That you shouldn't be blamed for being assaulted and essentially murdered to boot. But as Kadir loves to say, the traditions are clear. Listen, I don't want to be rude and I appreciate you reaching out, but word of advice, stay away from me. Stay away from me. Many vampires in this sect regard my position as primogem to be some kind of joke, you know. You talk to me and they'll notice, and they'll hold it against you. You have a quick look behind you and see that a few of the kindred keep shooting you curious glances. One woman in particular, a redhead boasting a fanciful hairstyle, watches you disapprovingly. Some of them already do, I imagine. Excuse me, I need to try to get a word in with the few Primogem members before Kadir returns. Enjoy your night. Just a critical look of a few kindred to keep you company. You start thinking about who to pursue next. What you had enough mingling. Just look at paintings. A loud exchange near the staircase grabs everybody's attention. Kadir is back, and the hoodlum is with him. The sheriff pushes his unfortunate victim inside the room. The vampire that threatened you last night is a mess. That stupid hat is still inexplicably on his head, covering some of his ruined face in welcome shadow. He's barely conscious. His shin is broken, you think. Something protruding there, making the pant leg bulge. One arm seemed twisted at a strange angle. Very little blood, surprisingly, but clearly a whole lot of hurt. Well, Kadir, did our guest cooperate? Tell the prince your name.
It's Howard.
And who do you run with, Howard?
The Midnighters.
The Coteries, my prince, acted for some time now, though from what this one told me, the name is about the only legacy the group has kept over the years. I see.
Hey, Prince, I didn't mean it. I didn't know. I didn't...
A loud crack makes some of the guests audibly gasp as Kadir's slap dislocates the man's jaw. A spray of blood scraped something like an abstract art piece on the floor. This one is guilty for threatening a member of the Camarilla and claiming a domain without the prince's approval. That alone will be enough to pass swift judgment, but he is also anarch scum. My prince? There can only be one verdict. Final death. Do your duty, sheriff. Unless, of course, somebody would like to play at being a good Samaritan, like our dear Miss Langley a few nights ago. The look the prince serves you and Sophie is a cruel jest. Sophie takes it gracefully, smiling and slipping her arm under yours in a strange public show of affection. Ah, I like that, Sophie. Nobody says anything. The vampire named Howard jumps into his feet and makes for the window. Stop Howard from escaping. Do not intervene. Dominate! Dominate! Let's show off. The moment you catch Howard's eye, ordering him comes to you almost instinctively. Stop! Wow! Dominant. Wait for a sec. What the? Sorry, I was just fixing something. He stops and looks at you with one eye, the other swollen, closed by Kadir's interrogation. A swift slash separates his head from his shoulders. The body slumps to the ground and starts decomposing. I cannot see, Ming. My cat is in front. Dominate. Dominate. The body slumps to the ground and starts decomposing in front of your eyes. Wow. The sheriff, sword in hand, gives you a nasty smile from behind where Howard used to stand. Wait. What? I'm checking my work. Dominate. Oh my gosh. Error. Wait for a while. So annoying. Well, Amanda, your eagerness is laudable, if unnecessary. That Howard fellow couldn't have hoped to escape his fate, not facing Kadir's expertise. However, I have made note of this show of loyalty on both your and your patron's account. I'd like to thank Miss Langley for bringing this anarch thug to me and Kadir's attention. I assume all have found the verdict satisfactory? It's a rhetorical question and everybody here knows it. Then I consider tonight's meeting concluded. Good night to all of you. Oh! Reputation up. Respect plus plus. She steps out of the room and you see that many of the guests move to do the same. Sophie seems to be conversing with somebody, a serious-looking man in a trench coat, about what transpired. You probably have the time to strike up a conversation of your own too. Kadir Al-Asma is still here for one, but clearly getting ready to leave. Hey Kadir, how are you? Larson is still moping around, and the other man you noticed before Kadir brought the anarch in is still chatting with the remaining attendants. Let's talk to Kadir. Let's mga mustata. Level 25 hitman na. The sheriff's mood seems to have improved, so you decide you won't get a better shot at saying your piece. He's just sheathing his sword as you approach him. He notices you before his face turns from melancholic frown back to his regular predatory smirk. You seem to have caught him in a moment of reflection.
What is it, Amanda?
I wanted to thank you for bringing me here. Is everything alright? Impressive work tonight. Impressive work tonight. Let's compliment. Um, I'm hungry. It's still 10 p.m. The hell? I just wanted to say I thought your work tonight was impressive. It was over in the blink of an eye. Smirk widens. He's clearly happy with himself. A fan of my handiwork. Interesting. You were this close to experiencing it firsthand. I would have thought you'd give some nasty flashbacks. I forgot his voice. Still, I have to admit, I was as surprised the prince when you jumped at that opportunity to stop that anarch from escaping. I was sure Valerie would have beat you to it. If there's nothing else, I'll be taking my leave. Why you're so mean? Do you enjoy being sheriff? Can you tell me something about Sophie? I was wondering if you could tell me something about Sophie. She talks a lot about the Camarilla and other things, but I barely know anything about her. Yeah, let's get to know Sophie. Ha ha ha. Oh, I can tell you something about Sophie. Something she wouldn't want you to hear. Like the fact she's manipulative and vindictive. But then again, which of us kindred aren't? You want to know more about Sophie's past? Ask her. She's unlikely to tell you the truth, though. I'm quite sure she never told me, despite our previous history. That's what we do, fledgling. We exist for centuries and we lie to our families, to our friends, our lovers, to our kindred, sires, and childer, to ourselves. He picks up the sword and turns toward the stairs. Good night. And watch yourself. You messed up my batting average, so I'll be sure to keep a close eye on you. With that final threat, he leaves the gallery. It's right about when Sophie also ends her conversation and walk over to you. Interesting evening, wasn't it? Come, Gregory's waiting downstairs. She seems preoccupied with something and not in a talkative mood. It's an awkward ride back to the city. This time you arrive at another building, just 2 streets across from your apartment. She brings you upstairs through a very nice lobby and luxurious looking hall into her domain. Are we going? We're going inside your... Are we going to sleep together? Just kidding. Please have a seat. I shall be right with you. You take in your surroundings. The apartment is like a gallery, an old school smoking room that you've seen in some period piece once. And a nouveau riche, I don't know how to read, living room, meticulously combined together. Oh, you smoke. Smoking. Apologies. Old habits die hard. Clearly some stick with you even after your death. She drags on her cigarette and breathes out. Breathes. How is she doing that? Can you do that? Oh yes, you might not know. It takes some practice, but you can keep smoking if you'd like. Other things too. Experiment. You might surprise yourself. But I did not bring you here to show off. This is where I rest these nights. That door in the back, the bedroom. Similar to yours. I have servants and bodyguards in addition, of course. I brought you here because I need you to trust me. When I told you before that I needed your best behavior to uphold my good standing with the court, I meant it. But that's not the whole story. I have your interests in mind too. That's why I've given you your own haven. Why I'm trying to teach you how to navigate this new reality. But you need to trust me, or else this won't work. You'd come here whenever you feel like asking me something. When you're in trouble too, though I hope that won't happen often. I would ask you to come here when you wake up tomorrow. I have something to discuss with you. Okay. I'll come here first thing tomorrow night. Appreciate that. Silence again. There's definitely something on Sophie's mind tonight, but she doesn't seem eager to share it with you just yet. We got a date, Sophie. This is a dating game, and I want Sophie. I want to date Sophie. I am leaving for another visit. Come downstairs with me. We'll give you a lift. Okay, that's it. You just bring me here and then we leave. Alright. A quick trip. I promise that you'll show up tomorrow. I promise, yeah. And some polite goodbyes later. You open the door to your haven, gather your thoughts. It's exciting in a way, being dragged deeper and deeper into this secret society and its rules. Whatever Sophie has planned for you, it's bound to teach you more about this thing you have become. You sink into your vampiric sleep, with just a silver of hope. It'll welcome change. I still don't know how to save. What the hell? The only way to save is to... Oh, okay, we rest. Child. Save and exit. I don't want to exit. But okay, let's rest. Is that really the only way to save? Okay, let's me save, alright? And then let's load it again. Night 4. Wow, right. Night 4. Wait. Let me check on something. Active performance. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? I'm going to open my chips. Excuse me, Ming. Ming. Jessica. Jessica. What the fuck? They're coming. Boy, no. Madungog. Piatus ASMR. Piatus ASMR. Once more. To the cheese. Cheese flavor. Once more. Darkness falls upon the city. You wake up same as you have these past few nights in a windowless room. As you pry open the reinforced steel door, you look out the window to see invariably a sky bereft of sunlight. And for a moment you let yourself wonder if there will ever come a night when it's just not there. Given what you've learned thus far, you probably have as much chance of kick-starting your heart with jumper cables. You lock the door behind you and head over to Sophie's apartment. You did promise to call on her. Might as well not to keep the lady waiting. And hey, what else are you gonna do? Get in touch with your boss? He's probably looking for you. If only to scold you for the unattended files piling up on your desk. But what's he's gonna do? Call the cops? Ugh, not worth the hassle. You're almost hoping the few coworkers that seem to give a shit about you were faking it. It would make things easier. A fresh start from the ground up, just like old times. Though these thoughts put you in a weird mood. It's a strange sensation to walk a crowded street, same as you have so many times before, but feeling so disconnected. All these people, you're not one of them, not anymore. You're a vampire, kindred, and you need to carve your own path in this strange new existence, one way or another. Appropriately enough, you arrive at Sophie's building just as that thought crosses your mind. A quick word with the security guard, and you're let into the elevator. Apparently, Miss Langley is expecting you. Of course she is. You knock and wait patiently as the footsteps on the other side grow closer. Finally, the door opens and Gregory, Sophie's driver, invites you in. Hi, Gregory! Hi, Greg. You find the lady herself standing by the window, silhouetted against the city's midnight glow. She stares out, motionless, like a marble statue. Oh, hey, pretty lady. Everything alright? Am I interrupting something? Good evening, Sophie. Is everything alright? She doesn't react immediately, but seems to snap out of some meditative state and looks at you with strangely bleary eyes. Yes, it is. How kind of you to ask. Tell me, when you look at the city, when you see the lights, hear the hum, smell the rain on the pavement, what do you think about? You gaze out, the lights and rain, the relentless honking below, music blasting from a nearby window, echoing off of buildings. Someone should record an hour of this and throw it up on YouTube as an ambient piece. Other than that, though, it's business as usual. The sights, the sound, the smell, you know them all too well. Sophie watches you. You can tell she's disappointed somehow, but she covers it up with a cautious smile. Well, not everyone can appreciate the intricacies that the world offers. In fact, among kindred, my clan is somewhat notorious for finding innate meaning even in the mundane. Boy! Hello, huge. But so good. You see, the blood that flows within me is that of Clan Toreador. Toreador? There are 13 such bloodlines among us kindred, though. That number has been contested in the past, and these nights it seems that nothing is certain anymore. The clans have gone by many epithets over the years, but the names used these nights have their roots in medieval times, the original Inquisition, if you can't believe. They use this to categorize us, describe our inherent differences. In time, we adopted them ourselves. Each clan has a uniqueness about it, inescapable, originating from an ancient progenitor, carried from sire to child. From the Toreador, the gift lies in a sensitivity of sorts. We are uniquely attuned to beauty and ugliness both. We can see either, most cannot, a blessing on most nights, occasionally a curse. The sheriff is of my clan as well, although you'd be hard pressed to see him as such. Poor Kadir, it breaks my heart to see him in this state. Oh, pero kuha lang ni. Narrative style. Still, there is a beauty to it as well. Nothing like a good fall from grace. Try as she might to act playful, you could tell she genuinely cares. She lets her gaze wander for a brief moment, but is quick to regain her composure. Then there are Ventru, known for their pride and proclivity to rule over others. The prince represents that clan, as it's quite common in our society around the globe, where the blue bloods think themselves rulers. The Bruja like to see themselves as preeminent revolutionaries. They call for universal rebellion, while being slaves to their own temper. We don't discuss the rabble much anymore, not after they've likely broken off with the Camarilla. To think they were philosophers once long ago. I hope to tell you more about some of the other bloodlines tonight. What's my clan? What can I tell? How can I tell a kindred's clan? Clans stick together, right? Do you know what my clan is? No. You can only guess it, based on certain aspects of your behavior and taste. You will need to come to your own conclusion and seek validation from your clanmates, if you require such a thing. As you will no doubt learn from kindred fit these stereotypes more than others. The blood is hard to deny, though there are certainly those who try. But that is perhaps a subject for another time. I invite you here for a reason. There is something I wanted to speak to you about. It is customary in our society, especially among younger kindred, to organize into coteries. Sometimes they are called by the prince themselves or mandated by a fledgling sire. In our case, you may treat it as more of a strong recommendation. I want you to seek out companions, not only because you need to learn more about our society, but also because it is useful. True friendships are rare among kindred, but having allies, even temporary ones, is something of a necessity these nights. You might be shellfish creatures, but we are drawn to each other nonetheless. Where should I look for allies? Do you have your own coterie? What if I want to go in alone? Let's ask that. So tell me, are you part of a coterie? Any close allies? I do have those that I trust enough to work with. Yes, not a coterie exactly, though I have joined several of those over the years. Not in over a century, though. You, however, would do well to meet some of the city's younger kindred and see if you can find a connection. It's an essential experience for one so young. She puts on a mysterious smile. I spent some of my precious time last night asking around, pondering potential kindred for you to meet. Came up with a short list of contacts. I hope you'll appreciate the gesture. Forging a partnership with them might offer a perspective and viewpoints that I cannot provide, lenses through which to view our kind. They're all members of the Camarilla, of course, more or less. Okay, who are they? Thanks, I guess. You're choosing friends for me? um. Alright then, let's hear it. Who's on the list? Eager to learn about them, I see. Good, I'm glad. Yes, I want to please you, Sophie. It's what I'm doing right now. Oopsie, waitsy daisy. Let me BRB a bit. So let's start with Tremere. They are a powerful clan disliked by many, but feared and respected by many more. They have been an important pillar of the Camarilla since the very beginning. They are blood sorcerers. Whoa! Blood sorcerers? Flashback to one of those nights when your ex would stay up late playing video games. Not a pleasant connotation. Sophie snickers. Oh, child, don't be caught with that look on your face when you meet a warlock in person. They're they really are adept at using vitae, their own as well as others, to unique and potent effects. Since they are quite rigid in their hierarchy, the kindred I had in mind for you might need some persuading. His name is Agathon. From what I hear, he's quite a scholar, very ambitious, the child of a noted tremere here in New York, Eiling Sturbridge. Spend enough time with Agathon and I'm sure you'll run into her sooner or later. Agathon. Okay, or try to remember. She's a warlock. Okay, sorry, waifu woke up. That's why I'm pausing from time to time. She's chatting. I can't. It's very hard to. Because I can't reply. You know. She woke up, so I have to like reply if she chats. Anyway, where were we? Yeah. Blood magic, intriguing. A scholar sounds boring. Chance to meet an important person then. Yeah, intriguing. This whole blood magic thing sounds intriguing. Oh yes, fascinating. It also a well-kept secret of the Trimere. Don't expect them to share it right away. Some things have to be earned. Ugh! Damn it, why is it hot? Wait. I should get drinks. Anyway, if you wish to contact the young trimmer, I hear you can usually find him in a new age bookstore out on Broadway. The Trimmery have one of their workshops there. Gregory will give you the details. And now this next recommendation comes with a bit of a caveat. As you recall me saying, most bloodlines have unique features that might not be obvious at first glance. Well, there is one clan whose members wear their curse on their sleeve. The Nosferatu. Oh, we got a Nosferatu here. The way she said it, you're pretty sure it should mean something to you. Other than sounding foreign, it doesn't ring any bells. No wonder they make their havens in sewers, abandoned buildings and such. Their appearance is hideous and obviously unnatural. Had they walked into the streets like other kindred, the kin would have learned of their existence long ago. Did she just shudder? It's hard to tell with her usual complexion, but you should swear her skin suddenly took an even more sickly color. The one I have in mind isn't as big as an eyesore as the worst of them, but he is no Adonis either. Still, he has some talent and connections that you might find useful. His name is D'Angelo, and he has an office, for a lack of a better term, in the otherwise abandoned grain terminal in Red Hook, right next to one of the Swedish stores. The name escapes me, the one with the awful furniture. What, IKEA? A Swedish furniture? You mean IKEA? Yes, that's it. My mind struggles to rethink things that are aesthetically displeasing. D'Angelo does odd jobs for Kadir, digging up dirt, locating kindred who would prefer to remain hidden, the kind of work that Nosferatu are best at. He's on a case right now, something to do with kind murders, I think. Whatever. After your initial brush with our dear sheriff, I think it would be wise to show some goodwill towards his agenda. Assisting D'Angelo with his investigation might be just the thing. She takes a brief pause to look out the window again. Now come the two more exotic proposals. Exotic? As if the blood mage and vampire detective were business as usual. You may have heard about the Gangrel before. They are a wild clan, in touch with their beasts in a way others might dare to attempt. They mostly keep out of big cities, but there are exceptions. Nominally, they haven't been a part of the Camarilla for over 2 decades, but the one kindred I would like you to meet has strong, shall we say, familial ties to the sect. Her name is Tamika. Her sire, Jezebel, was instrumental during the Battle of New York back in 1999. The very same battle that cemented the city as Camarilla domain. Sadly, her achievements have gone largely unrecognized. Tamika and a number of her siblings still reside in the domain they were awarded after the battle, Prospect Park. Jezebel herself left the city some years ago, fed up with being underappreciated. Siblings. So she has a lot of siblings. You seem to know about her sire, but is there anything else you could tell me about Tamika? I asked around. Out of all of Jezebel's children, Tamika is known to be the most rational and cool-headed, at least for a gangrel. That said, she's likely to have a unique way of appraising your worth. I cannot say how exactly, but you should be prepared for an interesting conversation at the very least. Then again, that will be said of almost every kindred in the city. There's that mysterious smile again. So you see, seeking out Tamika would prove quite educational, if nothing else. And who knows, perhaps you will find her temperament to be a welcome change of pace. But speaking of a change of pace, I have one last suggestion for you. Though it's one I don't make lightly. The kindred who calls herself Hope. She's a Malkavian. Sounds familiar? They're a uniquely cursed clan. For centuries, we considered them mad, insane, unhinged, but those of us who spend enough time with them come to understand the truth. It is no sickness, but a unique perception of the world that has them appear to us unstable, and that perception can prove to be very valuable. Having a Malkavian as your companion might be taxing on the nerves and a true test of patience at times, but their insight and intuition are unrivaled among kindred. As for Hope specifically, she is said to be a recluse, but I have it on good authority that she can currently be found in an internet cafe. Oh! We gotta go to her first. I believe it's called in Lower Manhattan. Um, Gregory has the address. She doesn't sound like my type. What do you mean? Oh, of course, because my character is so workaholic. um, Wait for a while. Atuto sa nerd first. Let's go to the nerd first. An internet cafe? Quaint. An internet cafe? Really? How quaint. I really wouldn't know. But since you brought it up, be aware that Camarilla is highly critical of using the internet to communicate. The Second Inquisition made sure of that. Exercise caution when at her haven. Alright. No internet then. Well, I believe that's all of them. I still have a few social calls to make tonight, so I'll leave you to it. Use tonight and tomorrow night to arrange some cordial visits of your own. I will send Gregory for you as soon as I have further need of your services. Oh, that reminds me, you will need a car. Join us downstairs, won't you? Ah, my legs. Ming! Sewers. God. Sewers. She smiles once more and turns to her driver. He helps her put on her coat. and the three of you leave Sophie's apartment. Sophie points to one of the cars near the building as Gregory hands you the keys. It's rather inconspicuous compact car, a decent looking, if not luxurious ride. Stay safe, Amanda. This is your first night alone. Don't let it be your last. As they drive away, you find yourself with more freedom than you've had for past few nights. A blessing or a burden? Time will tell. With a list of addresses in hand, you consider your next move. Oh, there you go. Okay. So, this is the Bruja. This is the Malkavian. Oh, she looks cool. This is the Nosferatu. And then the Gangrel. I am interested. Of course, I'm biased towards women. But I'm interested with Hope. Let's meet Hope. Because we need hope in our lives. Just kidding. Gayuma magic. I'm not a master of that. Taka buing. Okay. Okay, let's go to Hope. Well, wait first. Let's save. Can we save? Are you serious? There is no save. Normal save. Let's save and exit first. What? Joker, yeah. Joker and Harley. Kamu ba? Shush. Shush. Anyway. Wait. Kuha sa kong drinks. Uy. Let me get drinks. Drinks. Me. Go. What? Crunch. Mga untog snacks. Meow. Piyat. Kaon na tanan mga junk food before ka balik. Balit daw to tanan junk food nigbugo. Sorry, ang Coke Nana's baso. Can you hear the sound of the ice? Even out in the ice. Coke. Wait, so, before we continue, kay nag-chat pa ang isa. Mini break. Ang earring naglingkod sa seat. Nag-occupy sa seat. Naglingkod ako 20%. For the garage mo for... No! Ako po siya. No. When will I sleep early? Terus sama na eh. Nah, meow meow. Like, can you hear that? It's a roof. Ouch. Meow. Meow. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Welcome through. Oh my god. Singa ni ka saba amo every day, every night. Oh my gosh. Shh. Every day, every night. The noise. Cats and dogs. So good. Oh, parkour. Do something. Okay. Anyway, let's go to Hope. It's a quiet, moody internet cafe. Half of its space serves as a comfy coffee bar these days. But behind a glass wall, it still has a space dedicated to rows of PCs. Na all, ilang internet cafe kayo? Kanang limpyo, like maka-coffee pa. Ato internet cafe, there is not even a cafe. It's internet patsit canton. Outside, they've got coffee, iced coffee. I want coffee when I use PC. Ours here, we got pancit canton, rice, soft drinks. 1 hour extend. Oh shit. Nang iling nag-alwi sa TV. From the street, you can notice tired adults in casual clothes typing away absent-mindedly, and some bored kids wasting the late evening hours on colorful online games. Sorry, the cat is in front of the TV. I can't see. Ming, what do you mean? If Sophie's incel is to believe, this is where Hope has set up her haven. Ming, excuse, move there. One of the waiters is standing outside the building, gazing at the sky with a smartphone in one hand and a vape pen in the other. You approach the man and tell him, now I can't see the choices. I'm looking for Hope. I was supposed to meet Hope. I'm here on official business. Let's just say I'm looking for Hope. I'm looking for Hope because I'm hopeless. But what a joke. He releases a soft chuckle. Yeah, you and me both. he gets it. He gets my hope. The man slowly takes eating. Don't talk with your mouth is full. Speed boy. The man slowly takes a drag from his e-cig, sizing you up and down in silence. After a long awkward moment, when you're ready to leave him be, he raises his voice again. Come right this way. He heads back into the cafe and you'll follow his lead. Ugh. When you make your way through the space with computers, no one averts their gaze from the spreadsheets, emails, Facebook profiles, or games of Fortnite. It's a common sight, one you wouldn't have paid much attention to a few weeks ago, but now it seems so unnervingly quaint. Would they still be spending their time like this if they were immortal? I would. I would still be playing games. If I was immortal, I'd be playing games. A lot. The waiter unlocks an unassuming door at the end of the room and lets you inside. You two swiftly make your way through a labyrinth of sterile gray corridors, taking confusing twists and turns. Feels like you're traveling into a different world, crossing one invisible portal after another. Oh look, a neat normal place. Your average neat. Eventually, you reach your destination. Your guide motions you to enter a dark room with low source of pale light. A computer screen in the distance beckoning you to come closer. As you do, you hear the doors shutting behind your back and a short chuckle echoing behind it. Is this the place? Nothing else to do but sit on a chair in front of the computer. The monitor displays a modern chat application. A cursor is blinking in a username entry field in the middle of the screen, obviously expecting you to input your handle. After brief consideration, you type in your name, a random string of characters, something goofy. Oh, I would write something goofy. Maybe it's your newfound sensibilities going haywire, but this place has a barely noticeable sleazy aura. Might as well go along with it. You input. Really, Amanda? That's your goofy name? Very, very, very mature. You input pornos collector. You push the enter button. After a few seconds, the chat window opens and messages start appearing on the screen in quick succession. Just to be clear, oh, they're chatting. Okay. Whoa. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, let's just wait for it to finish. Oh, there. Just to be clear, I don't have a wank rag. What the hell? Elmo. Oh, for sure. No, for real. Elmo was meant for Jerry, of course. Not much longer. Yeah, Jerry's the chat MVP. I mean, I've admitted to far worse things on here. God, I'm so horny. Not sure why I'd have a need to lie about this one. OMG, literally, who cares? You and me both, bozo. Wait, who is Pornos Collector? Pornos Collector? No idea. A new user. Wasn't here second before. What the hell? Was anyone informed? No, no announcement. I know. I wasn't. Jerry? Pornos Collector, identify yourself within 2 minutes or get banned. The chat goes silent. Everyone seemingly waiting for you to say something before proceeding. This must be a close-knit group. Better say something before they kick you out. I'm a vampire. Will they believe you? I don't think so. They're nerds. They decided to let you know I'm Kindred. Kindred reporting in. Just hear some Kindred business. An instant stream of responses. Kindred, OMG, who is this clown? They don't believe. Jesus fuck Christ, what a dumb fuck. Who the fuck are you? This is meant to be a safe channel. Investigating what went wrong. Okay, let them chat. It's meant to be a safe channel. Investigating what went wrong here. How did they even get in here? Stay calm. Can you get their location, Jerry? Lol. Yeah, sure. That's our Jerry. Gotta DM it to anyone interested. Oh boy, now you're in trouble, Pornos Collector. Yeah, you're gonna regret, dumbass. The day you decided to spy on us. Presence. Try to get the chat under control. If I use more of it, I get hungry. Maybe. Whatever. Let's use it. We've had enough of these trash talking randoms. Time to teach them some respect. Your blood fires up. An ancient power starts coursing through your veins. Fingers tapping the keyboard buttons on their own. You people better stay quiet if you know what's good for you. You have no idea who you're messing with. You will obey me. The chat goes silent once again and then explodes. Aha, what am I looking at here, lol? Oh shit, watch out. He started typing properly. I'm so glad I decided to log in earlier today. You have no idea who you're messing with. Would be so pissed if I missed this. You know he means business. Ahaha. Guess your powers don't work online. I thought it would. Sad. Go figure. You know your cheeks would turn blood red right now if they still could. Got the info. Nice. You wanna die, asshole? You will die. Die. Wow. Look, what are these people? The hell? Elmowing at everyone sentencing Pornos Collector to death. I'm literally on my way to kill you right now. Yeah, sorry to inform you, you're about to die. R.I.P. bitch. You're getting your throat slit right here, right now. Split second after you read the message, you feel someone's arms tightening around your neck. The violent return to reality catches you off guard. A jolt of panic rushes through your brain, paralyzing you momentarily. You've come to the wrong chat room, motherfucker. A ridiculous whisper is out of your ear and the grip under your head gets even tighter. You start struggling, but even with your newfound supernatural strength, you're having trouble breaking out. This isn't a normal human you're dealing with. Oh, Hope! Hope, this is a misunderstanding, Hope. Your chat room sucks ass. Sophie sent me here. Langley? The hand holding your chin shifts its position slightly. Don't struggle, I will break your windpipe or my phone, which would end even worse for you. Sounds of a camera shutter and light flashing. Did they just take some selfies with you? Alright, that's enough fun. I'm letting you go. We can have a talk. Don't do anything stupid, Miss Intruder. Pretty please. The mysterious assailant loses their grip on you and gently pushes you away. You quickly turn to take a good look at them. Let me just finish this. It's a pale blonde woman in her 20s, giving you slightly judgmental looks while rapidly tapping away at her phone screen. First, you notice her outrageous outfit, seemingly thrown together from random thrift store finds. Then you take note of her tattoos, a sprawling tapestry of odd patterns and designs covering every visible part of her body. At first glance, it all seems aimless, but it has a consistent sense of style upon closer inspection. Her eyes focus on you for a second. Gave you a scare, huh? Sorry, that's what you get for entering a lady's haven without her permission. And she's back to her phone. With her relatively small build, it's hard to believe you had trouble overpowering her physically. But then again, nothing is what it seems when it comes to the undead. And even compared to the vampires you've met so far, she comes off as an eccentric, curious presence. She shoots you another glance, noticing you're still cautious of her. Calm yourself, girl. I won't pull anything like this anymore. It was just feels stupid saying out loud. A vibe check. we got a neat here. We got Gen Z here. Vibe check. Did I pass the vibe check? Vibe check. Vibe check. Vibe check. Yeah, I got a glimpse of your vibe on the internet in a dangerous situation. I'd say I got a pretty good idea about who you really are. I'm Hope, by the way. If you're here, you probably heard of me. So, so I went ahead and skipped the pleasantries. But come to think of it, I haven't skipped too many of those. Yeah, she definitely fits this description you were given by Sophie. I still can't believe you got so mad online. You actually tried to use your powers on people talking trash about you from who knows where. Jesus. But you know, I kinda respect that dedication. It's amusing. Well, I'm glad you're amused. Oh yeah, credit where it's due. You're probably not a boring person online, going by your chosen handle. Of course. Believe it or not, among bloodsuckers, that's still rare as hell. Most of them are like clueless baby boomers when it comes to internet stuff. Yeah, because most of the vampires here are boomers, and you're like a Gen Z vampire. Anyway, don't worry about the chat. It was all a game to us. No hard feelings, okay? I'll introduce you properly later. Okay, maybe by 12 I'll be playing another game. Maybe I'll be streaming another game. So I want to try something. So yeah, I'll be streaming again after this. So let's finish this. So under the monitor, the chatter continues normally. Your visit is like yesterday's news, no longer relevant to anything. Still, a word of advice: don't be such a dumbass about security. Sending a message saying kindred to some perfect strangers online. Want to get offed by the tower for breaching the Masquerade, or offed by some Vatican fuckheads when NSA gets a whine of you using their monitored keywords. If it wasn't for my security measures, fucking hell, it's the 21st century, you should know better than this. But look, if we're going to talk about you, you should have something to say too. What are you doing here? I'm sorry I said that, because I thought, I thought she would just say, I'm a vampire, not kindred. Gosh. My character. Amanda, beep. What are you doing? About time, she asked. Note to self, she really loves the sound of her own voice. I'm building a coterie. I'm looking for people to join my coterie. I don't know if that's how you read that word. Coterie, been there, done that, not interested, unless. She takes a closer look at you. Her eyes go wide. Wait. Shit. Are you the new Langley plaything? Word seems to be getting around fast. Of course you are. It was obvious the second Langley got her hands on a new servant. She started building a network. Your missions tell me it could really come in handy, but Langley, that's a risky game. This kind of ambition attracts too much attention. Piss off. But then again, fucking Kara. She seems to be having a spirited argument with herself. Only parts of it is audible. Is it just you, or do her facial expression and body language change a bit between one sentence and the other? That's just a normal talking to yourself thing. Before you make it certain it's just not your eyes playing tricks on you, she focused half of her attention back on you. The other half, of course, is still obsessed with her smartphone. Listen, I'm not saying I'm not interested in cooperation, but before I make a decision, I need to make sure you sort of understand me and that I sort of understand you. And since I was planning to put on a show before you came here, I proposed a little game. Hope absent-mindedly spins her phone in her hand, considering how to put her thoughts in words. Then she approaches a switch on the wall and flicks it. Neon lights flare up, illuminating the room. Take a look around. The room is certainly unique. It looks like a butcher's room, repurposed to be a living space. The modern computer in the front of you starkly contrasts the ominous industrial walls. At the back, there's an overwrought bed covered in velvet, with meat hooks hanging above. On top of the bed sheets, you notice what seems to be pieces of elaborate S&M equipment and a camera. Oh my gosh. Are you having an S&M show? Wait a minute. Oh my gosh! Is that your... Are you a cam girl? Oh, goody. You want my help? Moderate my cam show. Hey! You got a cam show, everybody. Cam girl. Cam show? Your eyebrows twitch involuntarily. This is definitely not the kind of request you're expected to hear tonight. She notices your confusion. Take it or leave it, buddy. You just become a kindred, but you want to become my partner in crime? Show me you can handle yourself while watching my back in my everyday environment. Sure, I'll be your mod. Dogs, boy. The show starts in 10 minutes. If you think yourself better than this, better walk out the door right now. I won't hold a grudge. I've got better things to do. As if to prove it, she looks at something displayed on her phone and cracks a brief grin. Another reply typed down with absurd speed. Tap. 9 minutes. It's now or never. Show moderator. Risk of violating the Masquerade? Hi. Content warnings? Oh yes. So, do you take the job? Why the hell not? Of course, I can be a mod. Why the hell not? Hope brightens up, and her smile looks surprisingly sincere. Excellent. I promise you might find this interesting in more ways than one. Alright, give me a second. She spends a minute setting up the computer you used before, then urges you to sit down. The explanation of moderator's functionalities is simple. It boils down to ignoring anyone who doesn't disrupt the chat, banning anyone who does, and kicking anyone who's causing minor trouble. 5 minutes later, she's already online, sitting on her bed in a provocative pose. It is a sex show, isn't it? Her voice, previously hushed, rings out with full force. Oh my god, you call your fans hopefuls. How are you doing tonight, hopefuls? You peek at the chat. Okay, time to mod. We're not worthy, queen. Fucking A. Angel. Hell yeah, time to fuck. I ignore. They're nothing. We're tempted to try out the kick and ban prompts as soon as possible, but obviously you won't punish someone for a little dirty talk. Thank you. Today's show is quite special. Please welcome our new moderator, Pornos Collector. Okay. Elmo, who? Elmo, sorry for sentencing you to death earlier. At least the community here seems to be a bit more welcoming this time. Looks like this place has an established hazing ritual, or maybe they and Hope came up with one specifically for you. Who knows? You decide to stay silent. Eventually, people stop riffing on you and focus entirely on the star of the show. All right, let's start with the bang, shall we? It begins, Queen. Oh boy, she's going to do it. So this is where the strip show starts. You raise your head, curious about what kind of performance she's going for. First, she opens her mouth and reveals her retractable fangs in front of the camera. Right off the bat, the online audience is treated to a sight of her wholly human set of teeth turning into a monstrous maw. The image is both revolting and fascinating. She raises her left wrist for everyone to see and then bites. What? That's what you guys are watching? You're turned on by this? Oh my god. Really? Wow. Okay, the fangs immediately turn her arm into a horrifying, gory mess. It's unclear if she used them to slash or bite, but one thing is for sure, no ordinary human can cause such a damage. If an ordinary human suffered such a wound, you'd expect a geyser of blood to appear too, but it doesn't. Hope's technically a corpse, so it's impossible. She flashes a monstrous smile and starts smearing vitae all over her hand to maximize the impact of the violent image. Then she starts drinking it all up. She makes it a point to make the sight as gruesome as possible, looking like a hyena feasting on a corpse. The contrast of her behavior with her look of an Instagram model is stunning. Once she's done, she reveals her wrist to the camera for the last time. She starts making theatrical gestures with her right hand as the wounds begin to mend. Shortly after, the wound is gone. It's like a magician's trick. Her left hand looks like nothing bad had ever happened to it. Here's an appetizer. First blood to kick off the show. While you're wondering what the hell is going on, Hope catches a glimpse of your bewildered face and turns into your direction. How is that for an opening? Oh, snuff. Oh, this is not a cam show. This is a snuff show. Oh my gosh. And some people are into that. Let's confirm. This isn't a sex show? Sex. What? Were you counting on me getting naked in front of you or something? Oh, honey, we've just met each other. Okay, fair. If you expected a strip show, yeah, sorry to disappoint. This is more like a live stream digital art. The erotic subtext is there, of course. You peek at the chat, they're going wild. She did that for free. I love to lick your wrist clean, my fallen angel. Haha, yes. Nothing more arousing than a beautiful woman teetering on the edge of oblivion. A rose petal dancing in the eye of a violent hurricane. Okay, weirdos. But eroticism is not the key here. It's vampirism. It's a new frontier, a living art installation. In the early 90s, the Japanese artists kept producing these videotapes with beautiful women committing gory harakiri. Those are an inspiration.
What the hell? Harakiri.
People are aroused. Some people. Kink shame. Sorry. She bares her fangs again in a devious grin. But I have no interest in auto-destruction or turning myself into a victim. This is celebration of body I love, not self-inflicted punishment. The audience came here to marvel at the beautiful vampire and her awe-inspiring powers. Mending wounds is just one of these powers. The people watching can pay to see more. Oh, and don't worry, the only things the audience can see and hear are the things I allow them to. We can talk freely. Just remember to moderate the chat, will you? High risk of violating the masquerade. What a joke. She's blatantly preaching it in front of anonymous viewers. Still speechless, you turn your attention to the screen. Muy guapa. Very pretty. Muy guapa. Alright, I'm feeling generous today. Have you planned your next tattoo yet? I'll pay for the next attraction. Looking like a pink marshmallow covered in raspberry sauce. Thirst victim, just letting you know you're based. I know. OMG, Masukit-sama. Nothing. Let the guy vent his excitement. Seems harmless. A special message appeared on the cat chat log, claiming somebody has successfully sponsored the first goal of the show. Hope smiles and picks up a bag of blood from underneath the bed. It must have been retrieved from a blood bank. She showcases the label to the camera for everyone to see. Drink up, drink up, drink up, drink up. Hope pours all the contents of the bag into her throat. You have no doubt it's real blood, but wonder why the viewers would be so satisfied with something that's so easy to fake. Don't worry, it pays well enough. Don't even bother to tell her this is not what you're thinking about. Safe to assume she knows. So, what do you know about the kindred and the internet? Have they told you anything? While she is waiting for someone to sponsor her next vampiric feed, she decides to start a conversation. Is there a vampire internet? You find something that looks like vampire internet, stay away. See, some of us used to experiment with our own secure networks. We tried to build our own information hubs, social networks, everything. She's still working the phone in one hand while looking for something under the bed with the other. On how many things can she concentrate at one time exactly? Now she can multitask. Then one day the NSA got in. Turns out elders never really get the hang of proper security practices, or the sigils they use to smear on their screens didn't exactly work as advertised. Then of course all the other three-lettered intelligence agencies in the world got the intel, and a lot of them decided bloodsuckers were the perfect new enemies for our post 9/11 times. The Second Inquisition came into being. Ever heard of it? A lot of our kind died just because they were too present online. Right now, the remains of our old network serves as government honeypots, kept alive to attract fledglings and hunt them down. No. Mahigda na nimo. You post a certain keyword on Twitter or Facebook, you get tagged for investigation. You fit certain patterns, you get tagged for investigation. So there's a certain thrill in becoming an online presence without attracting attention from the authorities. She stretches on the bed. I hope you're still monitoring the chat. Of course not. You're not as good as dividing your attention as she is. You correct your mistake and check the recent messages. Aw, is she talking to somebody? Can't wait for the real thing to start. These two monitors set up rules. Call of Duty on one screen, drop dead hotness on the second screen. The only woman I don't hate. Hope, more like my favorite hoe. Hey, that's a hate koan. Even the name is bad. Should I kick? You give the guy a kick. Get yourself a normal nickname, douchebag. After 10 seconds, he's back with the same handle. Time for a decision. Ignore or ban. This kind of nickname only suggests trouble. You get rid of them permanently. Good job. She's keeping close tabs on you. Anyway, yeah. When Nosferatu admitted to Camarilla, their network got compromised. The elders went batshit insane. The internet communication becomes strictly forbidden. There were executions. A lot of people who use social media to secretly contact their mortal families and lovers got offed. That goes without saying. But if you weren't careful, even the most innocent web usage could result in being punished with final death. Thanks to user Dixtil, the next goal has just gotten successfully funded. Let's go! Vanishing act. Dehumanize yourself and face the bloodshed. She raises her hand, 3 fingers up, 2 fingers up, 1 finger up. The countdown ends and she immediately disappears from the screen like a ghost. You can still see her on bed, but the live feed indicates there's nobody there. When you deeply focus on the digital image, you swear you can make out some unusual glitching where her silhouette should be, but it could be very well just placebo. You ready for this? 3, 2, 1. A flash of the camera. The instant she reappears on screen, she takes a selfie, sticks her tongue out in a provocative manner. The chat room explodes in cheers again. She is their vampire queen. You briefly wonder about her being glued to the screen. Is this the fantasy everyone is here for? A girl showing off cheap magic tricks while lazily browsing her social media? You realize you are way out of your depth here. Meanwhile, Hope decides to continue her lecture. Those were some wild times, especially in New York. While most of them have no clue as to our real nature, a lot of clandestine organizations have classified us as national threats. And since this is where the towers fell, the agencies are very much present around here, looking for easy PR victories. The last SI raid here was just a few years ago. It was a big one steered up the hornet's nest, something fierce. But although it's 2019, NYC is ruled by someone who got embraced before World War II, and the cam as a whole got really spooked and swore off the internet. Of course, they're not dumb and understand that you can't really coexist with modern kind without internet. It's a gray zone right now, like piracy, technically frowned upon. Let the one without sin cast the first stone. The SI is a real threat, no joke, but in many senses, the darkest place is right under the candle. Take another look at the screen. We want blood. How about some bad stuff? Can you do some bad stuff? Can you show us next time? It's been a long, hard day. Please give me a shout out. A familiar nickname pops up. Masukisama. Ignore. He's spazzing. The guy seems to be having the time of his life. Good on you, buddy. You're just going to let this guy shut up the chat? Come on, it's your job to act as spam. But I thought he was spazzing. The hell? Okay. She lets out a dejected sigh, kicks the guy from the room herself. Can't imagine she's too satisfied with how you handled the situation. The show goes on. No. Masks. Oh yeah, fun fact about being a vampire. We can sweat and pee if we just exert ourselves really hard. Okay, thank you for that information. Some of us can even orgasm. We can even cry, but only tears of blood. It's something I always dreamed of doing when I was 14. So romantic, and it drives them crazy. As proof of her words, scarlet tears starts running down her face. The chat goes wild. This seems to be exactly the kind of thing they've been waiting for. Ah! An angel that fell down into heaven. Wait, what? OMG, she did it again. Beautiful. Beautific. Hope your tortured souls find some calm eventually. Can you imagine USA assembling a blood-sucking squad that will just cruise by the border and suck blood out of an illegal they found? The very thought gives me the biggest boner. Okay. Hope your tortured soul finds some calm eventually. That turtle guy is ruining the mood. And kicked. Just to be clear, you realize what we're doing here is blatant breach to the Masquerade, right? I honestly expect you to leave or inform Sunday by now, but you haven't, have you? Try to focus on the chat. A familiar nickname is displayed on screen. Masakit sama. Should be banned because he's spamming now. Looks like Mr. Masochist needs a longer break. After you ban him, you hear Hope's voice. Good job handling that guy. Great. If nothing else works out, seems like you fit this job at the very least. In any case, the last goal has just been funded. It's time for the great finale. This is what you've all been waiting for, right? Yes, Queen. Yes, Queen. Yes, Queen. Her voice has changed. She gets closer to the camera, letting her face fill the frame of the live feed. Her mesmerizing eyes are focused purely on the viewers. Oh wow, all caps. Super chat! Super chat! Take a super chat! You wanted blood? Come out into the streets, claw out your neighbor's throats, slash their veins, and drink up. Yes, Queen. Yes, Queen. Yes, Queen. Hope's presence becomes absolutely horrifying, and it influences the chat in some incomprehensible way. Everyone starts typing like they are possessed. They're all spazzing. Liberate yourself from the shackles of ordinary morality. Make them scream. Feel the warmth of their entrails. What the hell is she doing to those people? What have you gotten yourself into? Don't worry, Amanda. They're just spazzing. Transcend your bodies. Release the message of hope into the world. She jerks violently for a second and then falls down on the bed like a marionette that had just had its strings severed. She exhales loudly a few times and laughs. When she does, the room goes dark again. Alright, that's enough. Instead of continuing, she does something with her phone. The stream ends and the chat instantly becomes dead quiet. Let me take over. The atmosphere in the room has completely changed. She's already putting herself together and stood up. Now she's walking towards you. What the fuck just happened? Guess the show is over. Everyone relax and go home. Aw, and I was almost ready to come, bros. Wow. Hostage, I swear on my father's grave, one day I will find you and kick the ever-living shit out of you. After every line she delivers, she changes her voice, the way she puts her lips together, and even the way she moves. You've caught glimpses of her acting this way, but only now have you started to figure it out. Wait, what? What do you mean? I don't understand. How come you understand, Amanda? Wait a minute. Does that mean I'm immortal? I'm bored. I'm separated from most vampires in the city by a generational chasm. And I'm so goddamn lonely. The internet used to be my only friend. Oh, they're all vampires. Lols. Years ago, I started researching tulpas, collective unconscious, all the mumbo jumbo at the intersection of psychology and spirituality, and I decided to experiment. The show was fake. A few years later, I was an Instagram fashionista, a successful erotic model, a vital part of pop culture commentariat, a viral shitposter, a cryptocurrency expert. All of my internet selves started signal boosting each other, paving the way for new ones. I become a one-woman empire, surrounded by legions of psychophans. The chat was fake. Some may think of it as a dissociative identity disorder. Oh, that was just you. That was just you chatting yourself. The hell? Me. I see. You have different personalities. You have the ID? Everyone has online alter egos they buried. I just resurrected them, gave birth to new ones, and let them crossbreed. Her constant tapping at the phone, even during the show, somehow she is capable of impersonating an entire chat room. I don't even have a self that could dissociate or be mentally ill. I'm a host, a living database. I lived because I find it fun to be an informant conduit, to process trends and support the ones I deem worthy. There was no Masquerade violation. She was showing off her skills all along. She put you into a world of pure fiction, the same way she was testing you when she attacked you from the back. Damn, she's good at this. So many email buzzards. Created many emails and passwords. Of course, you can just ignore what I'm saying and decide I'm just another deranged Malkavian. But hey, annihilation of the self is the only way to survive in the 21st century. If there ever was an era that demanded images of beautiful people transcending beyond humanity and inspiring others to do the same, it's this one. Although for now, because of Masquerade, my audience is quite limited. Speaking of, you want to be a star of my next movie? Sure, why not? I have a hunch you're just saying that. Still, hey, in a way, this is too transcending a beyond self. But yeah, your test is over. Now the question is, do I want to work with you? She puts away her phone for the first time since you've met her and gives you a good hard look. Guess I can give it a shot. Yeah, you're not that dumb, you're not that boring, and you're kind of cute. Aw, thank you. Don't worry, no more modding jobs. Mods get attached, and that's always bad news. She grabs your arm and starts leading you out of her room. I put you through enough shit. Next time I'll let you in on a little job I'm doing. We'll hit the streets and you'll see why Sophie told you to contact me. She leads you through a labyrinth of grey corridors. It's a different route than the one you made your way through in. The city is so much more than what its elites consider real. Stick with me and I'll guide you to places Camarilla Edwarders couldn't reach in 100 years. She leads you out of the building into the back alleys. Even if someone else rules the streets, we will rule the information highways. This is the power of hope. She lets out a theatrical laugh and disappears. You don't even notice when she leaves you alone, but you assume everything went as well as it could. A new ally, the power of hope. As you walk into the night, everything around you feels a little less tangible than it did a few hours ago. Whoa! We successfully recruited Hope. I am now part of the hopeful. Okay, I think I can end it here. Let us save and exit. I think we're past 12. Is it? Yeah, it's 12:31. So, huge progress. Part of hopeless. Yeah, I'm not hopeful, but hopeless. I'm hopeless. My allies are weirdos. Okay, so I think that's all, and I'll probably continue streaming this the Masquerade tomorrow. Yep. You know what? I decided to take a break na lang. Because I'm gonna eat my snack. I'll just continue streaming tomorrow. I mean later, because it's 12 a.m. now. So yeah, go. Let's everything. I'll do anything to please Sophie. Sophie. So see you in the next stream. Goodbye.